It's Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. You know what that means. PBKC picks from right here in the second floor poker room. We decided this week to bring the better-looking guys up close. So
beards, a lot of beards.
See the melanin? Closer now. The melanin's a little closer.
Can we have a poll? Maybe we can get next time we're all on here. Let's get the poll. Who has the best beard? I want it.
Okay,
I want it. Producer, can we get that done? He gives us a thumbs up. Best beard.
There's definitely more hair in the back because they're holding on, but
it's unruly. It's on.
You're probably third, Noah. I'm sorry, Jacob's better than yours, actually.
It's unkempt.
You know what that is? Peter Griffin when he had the bird's nest in there.
You like that one? The bird is the word, my friend.
What do we got today, Mike?
Well, we're going to talk about a lot of things today on PBKC Picks. We're going to get a little out of our football comfort zone and talk about a lot of different sports. We have a lot of different topics to talk about. We're going to start out by talking about the Moneymaker Tour, which is here until February 25th.
It's been wild here.
It really has.
Joey and Tony and the team up there has just been crushing all the numbers, and like every single day it's like, did you see that? Did you see this? People winning heaps of money for little investments. It's been going nuts. What do we got, Mike?
Today we have the number 43, the Milestone Mega Satellite. That's going to be at 11 a.m. Noon is a 1K and done in a day.
That's a fan favorite. I get phone calls about that.
Really?
Sometimes people's time is worth more than money, right? Like,
Correct.
I mean, I love money, but what's more important than time? So if you could get in for $1,000 and win the whole thing in one day and go home, that's awesome.
That's a what is that? A $5,000? No, $50,000 guarantee. Why did we do that? No, we have
Who makes these decisions?
Exactly. No, that's going to be a big tournament with $1,100 buy-in. That's today at noon. Mega Satellite into the main event at 3. Deep Stack at 6 p.m. and another Mega Turbo Satellite into the main event at 8 p.m. But the one we're going to talk about today is that 1K done in a day.
That one.
That's amazing.
Yeah, my buddy already called me. He's like, when's that 1K in one day? He's like, I can't wait for that thing.
Yeah, I'm seeing some of the best poker players in all of South Florida, maybe all of the country in here the last couple of days. My boy, the Raminator's been here every single day.
He's awesome.
That dude is the people's champ.
He is.
Who else?
Does he do the eyebrow too or anything? No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, Art Peacock's been here.
Yep.
Maurice Hawkins has been here.
Fan favorite again.
Oh, fan favorite again. Some of the big names, that's for sure. Shout out to Jennifer Segala. She won event number 1. One of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Sweetheart.
I did an interview with her yesterday. That's all over social media, so check that
Viral.
out. But, of course, good luck to everybody competing today, and we'll see you a little bit later for the Moneymaker Tour. But let's get into some sports topics for today. Moneymaker Tour is here until the 25th. Ernest, you going to do live streaming today? We're going to do some of that?
No, I did that Monday, and I did it on Friday last week. And Friday was sick. That's one of the sickest hands I've seen ever. Royal flush, knocked my friend out in a tournament.
All right, we'll post that, so check our social media.
It's definitely going to be up there,
for sure.
We already clipped it, so.
Okay, let's talk about, let's get into Noah's thing. Let's talk about the Eagles Championship Parade.
Wow. We're still, wait. We're still doing this?
We're riding.
Just to be absolutely clear, okay, the Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl champs. So, and I did fact check this, and I asked some people. So how long are we the champs? We're actually, and there we are. This is awesome. This guy's on saying.
Yes.
So, okay. So we're the champs through next year's Super Bowl and when it's scheduled. And that includes, and I fact checked this.
Oh, God.
If for some reason we don't perform as Super Bowl champions and we struggle a little bit and we get knocked out of contention, like say we can't make the playoffs, we're still Super Bowl champs until somebody is the Super Bowl champs. So we have 1 year.
You really?
So around here, so there's a handful of us in this building that are Super Bowl champs. Myself and a couple guys, Luke, are really nice guys.
Ryan.
It will not be missed.
All the other ones are nice.
We are going for the record for 1 year straight of the Knuckle Bump Go Birds World Champs for a year straight. But yeah, talk about the parade. We have a clip. I think we have something. We have a couple of things. So. Here's Saquon, right? And he's talking to the ball boy. But the ball boy's like 40 years old, right? Am I wrong? They're like, oh, it was so sweet. They picked up the ball boy. The ball boy's a grown-ass man.
Torn ACL. Be careful, buddy.
So did anybody pick up on that?
I did.
It was like, so I thought that was great. But
pretty cool, but it was a little awkward. Like
Right,
a
like,
grown man
wait, no,
getting picked
we're
up
going to
like
make the
that.
guarantee this week, and I'm going to come over, I'm going to pick up Jake, and I'm going to carry him around the room. I'm gonna be like, $30K guarantee, champs, let's go. Yeah, it's just, but to each his own. So, so Miss EGLAS herself, she got, during a speech, she got booed. She caught the boos.
That'll happen.
So I know politics are polarized and whatever, but she was long-winded, and she threw a couple weird things out there that people were like, what are you talking about right now? Okay, so she gets booed, and I'm just trying to recap. Howie got hit square in the brain. Howie, the best,
Roseman, yeah.
with a beer.
I bleed for this city.
By the way, best executive in football, and has been for 8 years at least.
Oh, well, at least 8 years. So he took probably a Modelo to the brain.
Yeah.
He survived. He was able to get up there. Jordan Mailata. Okay, so the speeches weren't anywhere near the Kelsey epic speech that I have an lithograph of. Mike, you saw that. I got that.
Oh, you do have that? Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome. So Mailata, the speeches, I was disappointed. I think I could come up there and I could get that city rallied to the point where they're tearing stuff up around. Aside from maybe rioting
really
and looting, I keep them away from maybe some light poles and some other things and
Rocky statues. And
Rocky statues. Carry that down to the Liberty Bell and maybe put it inside the Liberty Bell or something like that. I would be there for all that. I could rally the troops, but it was I was a little underwhelmed by the speeches. But Jordan Mailata gets everybody to sing. We are the champions. Okay, so now you have the city of Philadelphia. We're not known for singing. No. Like literally. Okay, check this list out. All right, as big as Philadelphia is, the best singers ever to come out of Philadelphia. Daryl Hall.
Yep.
From Hall and Oates.
Hall and Oates.
That's pretty good on a scale of the world
Hall
with
of Fame.
singers. Okay.
Sarah Smile is one of my favorite
Right.
ever. I love that song.
Maybe a little Teddy Pendergrass for
Teddy
you romantics
Turn
out
off the
there,
lights.
right?
Turn
and
off the lights.
then of course it's Jalen Hurts is one of his favorites, and one of my father's favorites is Patti LaBelle. I get that one.
Okay.
But otherwise, they're singing "We Are the Champions." It's off tune. It's terrible, and it's not like that overwhelming like when Freddie Mercury gets everybody to sing, and it's like this thing. It wasn't, and I was a little disappointed in that.
Yeah.
So the parade.
You would say definitely 2017 better than the 20.
I was there 2017.
Yeah.
You know what's cool about it is when you get to the rail and the players are hammered drunk and are coming down the line and they're high-fiving you, you don't know if they're going to pick you up over the rail. You don't know if they're going to take a bite of your hot dog. You don't know what, right? You kiss your wife on the lips. You do not know what those guys are going to do. That's fine. No, well, depending Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen, of course, he could kiss me on the lips. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. So, right. But no, it is. But that doesn't mean the celebration is not done. Just so everybody around here understands, the celebration continues on. World champs. I'm here for it.
I know you're.
But yeah, if you ever get a chance, good luck. First, good luck. Ever having a parade in
we got one for Giants fans,
I can only imagine the Dolphins win the Super Bowl. Jacob and company.
Wait, where do you go? Oh, the Dolphins. Okay, here's a question.
Go ahead.
You local Floridian guys.
Yeah.
All right, we haven't seen it. Where is the parade? Like, we have our route. We have a route. We're so good at football. We actually already have a route planned for when we win it.
It would be near the stadium, I think. That's the most wide open
You're
area.
going to walk in the middle of the swamp?
No.
There's nothing there.
No, but it's still an area around the stadium that you can do.
You're going to walk the F1 track?
You're in somebody's backyard there.
Yeah, you got a lot of space there.
That's where you're having a parade, Ernest?
We'll go to Calder and do it around their track.
I mean, the Heat there.
Wait, you just said we're going to walk in a field for the Super Bowl?
No. Around the stadium. There's a lot of space around there in that area. That's what I'm saying.
Somebody give me a better idea.
So the Heat have there is normally
Biscayne or something like that.
Biscayne Bay on the boats, right? Yeah. On the boats. Thank you. A voice of reason. You keep your
kind of like Tampa did.
Yeah, and
they did theirs in
Well, what about the Panthers? The Panthers had theirs where?
They did.
The Panthers last year.
Right on.
The Panthers. That's Fort Lauderdale, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was in Las Olas, wasn't it? Las Olas?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I could have swore.
Yeah, the Dolphins don't even play in Miami.
Rainy day. It was
Right.
It was a bad
The
day.
Heat had theirs. I
It was a
know
bad
they had
day.
all their three parades down in Miami near the arena up on downtown Miami.
Yeah.
Which is still tight as is.
Yeah.
But
All right, yeah. So where were the Giants? You go. Where do you go? You go.
it's
Or
Manhattan.
do you actually go in a state you play in, or do you play in,
Yeah,
or you have the parade in a
they actually
different
do it in New York.
state?
No, they do it in New York actually.
Oh,
They
so
do it
you-
in New
so
Jersey.
New Jersey?
In Manhattan.
You don't do it in
No,
the
no.
marshlands,
No.
the
Over the parade?
meadowlands.
No. No.
Okay.
No.
No. So Noah called us all the other day and said, hey, the Eagles parade is on. And everybody's like, okay, why? But Noah
He had me put
enjoyed
it on
watching
the
the
poker room.
parade.
Oh, I didn't miss
So,
a
cool.
minute.
I was like, oh, cool.
was
No, the
amazing.
customers were like, we got to give the customers what they want. The
It
Eagles
was
parade,
it
so make
was
sure it's
on
They
Friday.
wanted to see Sayshawn.
Say
No,
Sean.
it was
Sayshawn
on
Barkley.
It was on in the break room though on Friday. I did watch a little bit of it. A little bit.
You enjoy it?
No.
Oh, good. I love that. For
Okay.
you.
Next question.
Well, let's move on to other topics.
We have to,
on
or
the
no?
NFL. Yeah, I
We
mean,
could circle back.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Eagles like 3 or 4 more times
Yeah, of
today,
course,
I'm
right?
sure. We're going to talk about the number 1 draft pick, and there actually is some odds out there on Hard Rock Bet for the number 1 draft pick, and those are ones that we're going to look at right now.
What do we got here? Let me
Cameron
lean in.
Ward, he
That's
is
my
the
number
favorite
one.
right now.
That's what I want in New York, but
Sanders is 3rd right now, Travis Hunter in 4th. But, as of right now,
That DN's pretty
who
good,
are
though.
we looking at, Ernest, as
so
the
like
top draft
obviously
pick?
like I think it'll go in that order. To be honest with you, like I'm a Giants fan.
Who has the
3.
first pick? That's most important.
Cam Ward's in the first
Tennessee,
pick.
doesn't
Tennessee
it?
needs a quarterback.
Okay,
Yeah,
Tennessee
he
has the
Will
first
Levis
pick.
thing ain't working. It's called what it is. That ain't working.
Okay.
Cam Ward's going first. Second is tricky because it's the Browns pick. Now, the Browns have quarterback issues, but they're dedicated to paying that guy, Deshaun Watson, of course.
And what's his
No.
name wants out.
Right. He's getting paid guaranteed money. So all that money. So I know they restructured his deal, but I don't know if there's enough space to draft a quarterback. So they may have to go to the Watson well one more time this year. So that's why Abdul Carter jumped up the ranks here. Giants at 3, Shedeur Sanders. I hope they get Shedeur Sanders because we need a quarterback. I know there's been some rumors about the Giants maybe trading on that pick and. Stop. I heard one rumor.
I like Dart.
Colin yeah, he's jumped up the charts the last couple days actually. Now
What's Colin say? Because that guy's a screwball.
Colin Cowherd said that Matthew Stafford that the Rams are kind of like, yeah, we like him, but I don't know if we're going to pay him this kind of money, and we're tired of his wife talking all this stuff and all that. So the Giants should trade the number 3 pick for Matthew Stafford.
Yeah,
No, bad idea.
Colin Cowherd also predicted that the Eagles might not cross the 50-yard line in the Super Bowl, so he
Exactly.
could, you know what he could do.
So no, I think the order you see here right now, honestly, that might be the draft.
What's
order
your
you see
best?
before.
Okay, so you look at odds, and
Yeah.
odds are important when you're making bets.
For number 1,
What's the best value?
the best value?
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's
I don't.
Shedeur.
If you look at
somebody's
Shedeur-
going to take a flyer.
Well,
That's-
Somebody could.
there's no doubt that a quarterback's going number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, Shedeur would be the only one, but I don't see that happening.
Unless Jackson Dart impresses
I like Dart.
everybody.
Yes,
I like
correct.
Dart.
That's the only
I
value.
Like Dart.
Combine. But for me, my money, I'm a Hurricanes fan. I may be a little biased, but I did watch every play that Cam Ward made this year. The guy doesn't get razzled. He
Correct.
can make every throw there is.
What compare to the NFL quarterback? Who do you compare him to?
I have one actually. Go ahead.
Do you? Let me hear it.
I told you this earlier in the year, and you're gonna think I'm crazy. He reminds me of Tony Romo actually.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sorry
No,
about
no,
that.
that's not. Wait. That's not a bad thing though.
I was-
Tony Romo.
I was
Hold
actually gonna say your guy.
Hold on. Tony Romo's very efficient.
Does he
though.
have that demeanor? Is he like the press conference guy to stand up to like everybody calm, cool, collected, throw an interception, go to sideline, sit down? That's the
Yeah.
guy you need.
Dude, he never got frazzled by anything.
No, he does not.
It's always next play with him.
That's the
And
best quality. Whether
like-
people can he make all the throws?
Yeah.
Okay, make all the throws, not lose your mind, and be a leader. That's
Like-
my guy.
Like Jalen Hurts, he's been through a lot. He played through what? Jackson State or something like that.
Yeah, another
He-
school,
he
definitely.
went. He went through little schools. He's been in college for 5 years, so he's seen everything.
Oh, so he's like 28.
Yeah,
old.
and
Oh,
he
God.
My
trained
college there.
him, Shedeur Sanders, the Texans quarterback. They all train in the off season.
Yeah.
This guy, he's got a work ethic. Like some say, he's a little cocky. In that spot,
Confident or cocky?
you kind of got to be. I think he's confident.
Yeah.
I think he knows that he can make every throw.
Okay.
And like I said, he never got, even when they were down 25 to Cal.
Yeah.
It's always
I
next
remember
play.
that game. I stayed away.
He's
till
sitting
2-3
in the
morning
back.
watching
He's just
Yeah.
making every throw.
There's one-
Jake was right about
All right,
that.
real quick, see if you guys know this answer.
Go ahead.
Who's the most cocky quarterback in the NFL? This one's easy.
In the NFL right now.
Right
currently,
now, this one is so easy.
Baker Mayfield.
No doubt.
Oh,
Your boy.
No
You
doubt.
love that guy, don't you?
He is no doubt the most cocky guy in the
I love
thing.
him.
But I love him.
I love
That's
it.
Yeah,
why
you
we love
would.
him on
You
the
guys
show.
would. Whatever.
Cameron Ward came out
When he
with-
lowers his shoulder
yeah,
and does that,
and
I
said
love it.
something about if you don't draft me, I'm going to hold it against
Make you regret
I'm
it.
going to always
yeah,
remember
wait, could we
that.
have another where the Giants, they're the best. They're like, yeah, we're not taking like what are we doing? You guys
Yeah, don't
did
be
that.
stupid.
That's
Again, don't be
like,
stupid. Don't be stupid. The Giants, don't be stupid.
Yeah.
That's simple.
What does Dion want? Okay, what teams does Deion say Shedeur can't go?
I keep hearing about the Raiders.
He can't go to the Raiders?
I keep hearing that he might
to
go.
go to the
I think
Raiders or
they-
not?
Where
They
can he
will
go?
go to the Raiders.
What's on what's
He likes the
blacklisted?
Raiders.
Who's black? Are the Giants
think the
Giants,
blacklisted?
I heard the Giants were one of those teams early on.
they should be.
Since then.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let my kids ever go to the Giants.
Stop. By the way, Cam
Ever.
Ward,
not after.
as someone who's watched football for 35 years, Cam Ward, by far,
Yeah.
the greatest quarterback I've ever seen in that school. By far.
Wow.
Better than Toretta, better than, you name it, Jacoby Harris, you name it.
Yeah,
Most
Bro,
talented.
you put Jacoby Harris on the list.
I'm just naming guys
off.
off. I'm just naming guys off. Who just played through
Yeah,
the
There
years.
goes all your
Steve
credibility.
Walsh.
If I
Steve
might-
Walsh, you know.
Ken Dorsey was by far one of the best college quarterbacks
He was.
ever.
Cam's better.
Tim Tebow?
Cam's better.
Tim Tebow.
No.
No, he's saying
UM
for
quarterbacks. UM quarterbacks.
Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So if my kid were drafted by the Giants, right, and my kid's this athlete,
Jacoby
like
Harris. What did you?
I would choose. You just live at home with us, and we'll take care of you. Don't go play professional football. You stay here.
guy.
That's what I do.
Let's move
Wait,
on.
four-time
now.
champion, four-time Super Bowl champion New York Giants? Okay, cool.
Okay, here we go again.
Oh,
Let's talk about the champion.
Jacoby
Jalen
Harris.
Hurts last week was
God.
making the rounds, and he appeared on The View. I don't know if that's
This one, who?
the show I'd want to go on if I'm
This-
I watch
Jalen
it
Hurts.
once in a while.
But, you a big Joy Behar fan?
No, not her. I can't stand her, but. you know.
Okay, and
Well,
so
I
he's
like
making
leave
the
it-
rounds.
I like the moderator in that one. Listen,
We don't have clips of that, do we?
No, we
clips
don't.
of
Okay,
Oh,
good.
damn.
No clips of that. Here's
Oh,
the thing.
God.
Here's the thing. You have a brand, okay? You have a brand, and as a brand and as business owners, I'm a business owner. You sit all that stuff out. You sit it out. We sit it out downstairs in the poker room. What happens when somebody talks politics? We sit it out. It's like we don't do that. It's just like play cards. We're here to play cards. Leave football. Keep the politics out. Bosa, don't wear the hat with the thing or whatever. And whatever side you choose or whatever, leave all that stuff out. People are here to forget that stuff. So let's try to. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I know where that phone call came from. I'm gonna make one when we get done here. But yeah,
So you're saying it's a bad idea for her to go on that show?
because it's so polarizing, and I'm not.
It's true. I see a point there,
It's
definitely.
polarizing. And now you have the White House visit and that whole thing and polarizing there again in the city of Philadelphia and what people's perception are. You literally, if you go to either side or go to either thing, you literally have half the fan base absolutely hate you.
right.
I mean,
Yeah,
you want to talk about some stuff. Did anybody see that what happened with the Swifties and C.J. Gardner?
I did.
C.J. Gardner's mom owns a restaurant, and the Swifties canceled the mom's restaurant by giving her 0-star reviews, drug her rating down to 1. Then the Philadelphia Eagles responded, drug it all the way back to 5. But then C.J. Gardner gets the best Super Bowl shirt ever. I'm going to get canceled by the Swifties. This is happening. It's not the best shirt ever.
Okay.
It's witty, whatever.
It's not the best
I'm not
shirt
against
ever.
Taylor.
I liked it.
I'm finished. I'm canceled.
just
Anyway,
stop.
the shirt said Swifties can, and then the Super Bowl was LIX, which is in Roman numeral.
Oh, no, I know where you're going with
The
this.
Swifties can LIX my
Okay.
balls.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that went viral, and now he's canceled.
Can I buy that shirt somewhere?
While this show is getting canceled already, let's talk about where Matt Stafford is going. Where's Matt Stafford going?
Nowhere.
You know, we teased a little bit about the Rams, some of the intel that Colin Cowherd has, of course. Look, I think he stays in L.A. But I did say for your start, there's a very good chance that after the season retire. I think it's either L.A. or retirement. There's no way in hell he gets traded at this point.
Yeah.
And it's weird too because the Rams right now, look at the NFC. We discussed last week on the podcast that the Eagles are right now the shoe-in at the very least to get to the Super Bowl next year. The NFC after the Eagles right now, it's kind of a little bit in flux. The Lions will be a little bit worse than they were last year.
The Niners will make a comeback.
15-2 is hard to sustain again, okay? And lose both the coordinators to other teams. Okay, the Niners.
They had a lot of injuries.
The Niners were in flux, though.
They'll
and
be good.
The Niners were in flux, though, Jacob, and they got to pay Brock Purdy at some point very soon. That could be they're getting older, too, also on the fringes, so be very careful with that. Packers are still in flux. There's a lot of influx teams that are good teams.
All right, we're
but
talking about Stafford.
No, I'm getting to the
okay.
point.
Oh.
The Rams right now,
Okay.
the Rams were the end of their year this season, and they were the only team of the four that gave the Eagles any sort of resistance in this Super Bowl run. This team defensively looked great toward the end of the year. Jared Verse looked phenomenal, rookie of the year. So I don't know why the Rams would even want to even consider blowing it up at this point now. The Rams could be right now the second best team in the conference right now. Who knows?
Well, they're getting.
I'm just saying. So
they're
like
getting
I
rid of
wouldn't.
Cooper Kupp.
Well,
He was not.
it's a big contract. That's why it's a big contract, and we'll see what happens here. But Puka Nacua is pretty damn good, man.
Yeah, he is.
All I'm saying,
he's good because
Cooper Kupp.
When Cooper plays, I mean, Cooper barely plays anymore. That's the problem. But the point is, the Rams
15 games last year.
I would say it would be foolish for the Rams to even attempt blowing it up. Right now, they could be the second best team in the conference. So I would say Stafford's back in LA next year.
What do you think, Jacob?
I think he's back in LA or retire, like you said. I like Stafford. He's a tough kid. He's been tough even in college, Georgia quarterback. But at this age, like, you know, what are you going to get him? He's way better locker room guy than Aaron Rodgers is.
Without question.
But
Yeah.
I don't see a team unless you're like that one piece away, which I don't think really anybody is. Like the Giants aren't one piece away from making a playoff run.
No, they need. That's what I'm saying. I was against that because
No, they're like
trading
22
away your
pieces
third
away.
calm down, Noah. Calm
for
down.
a
That's 21
40-year-old.
pieces. Okay, calm down. Okay.
I don't see.
50,
I know
what's
that.
the roster? 56 pieces away.
And I know that Stafford's probably still a top 5 or 6 quarterback in the league still.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here?
No,
Like, stop.
Stafford gave me, and I
10,
won't
top
lie,
15
he
probably.
was the scariest quarterback we faced, the guy that could go out there and beat you in those games. But like we always talked about, it's a team, and you have to have the rest of the pieces around, will they? So would I like, as an Eagles fan, do I want to see Stafford go ahead and go spend time with his kids? Stafford, you have limited time with your kids. Don't miss the games. Don't be remembered as the father who was too busy working and
Like Tom Brady?
playing his little game of football to go to the recitals. You heard it here first.
It's a shot Tom Brady.
Go spend time
Father
with
to
the
father.
kids, Mr. Stafford. Yeah, I would know. Go, Mr. Stafford, go spend time with your kids. Go ahead and retire. You did your job. It's over.
Okay, now
Yeah.
we're going to totally move on.
Let's go.
And we're going to move away from NFL football.
All right, this
So
is out of my box.
the
This
Eagles
is like
talk is gone. Shout out to Thomas and Joel who are checking in already. Now we're going to talk about the NBA All-Star Weekend. What?
Terrible.
I am probably the biggest diehard of the 4 guys here. Easily the biggest NBA fan.
Yeah,
here.
you are.
I didn't watch 1 second of the All-Star Weekend.
what?
No,
That's how big
No.
of a fan he is.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so-
just don't. I don't care anymore. I just don't care.
So I watched 1
it's a bad-
second,
it's
so
a
I'm
bad
a bigger
product.
fan.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a bad product. It's a bad
I watched
product.
all of it,
It's a bad
actually.
product. It's a bad product.
I saw highlights. The highlight of the weekend is probably this dunk right here from the slam.
I want to
dunk.
talk. I want to talk about this.
My dude.
Hold on. Okay.
Three years in a row.
Hat trick, baby.
I want to talk about this.
Does he play
That's
for
my
the
guy
Mavs?
Spike. I like
He's
him.
on the G League.
Yeah.
Stop.
So, yes.
Playing with me.
Wait, he doesn't even play professional?
Pressure on these guys who did not make a
Professional dunk.
and have to
Wait,
step up. Now you gotta
why
dig deep
is he in the
bag.
slam
No,
dunk
that-
contest
that's
if he's
what's
not
more
even in the
pressure.
NBA?
No, I just told you that 2
That
seconds
is
ago.
real.
Bad product.
You're not going to tell me that John Morant
Yes.
or somebody like that can't
That's
do this
why.
dunk. Like,
That's
come on.
why.
I could do that dunk. I can do that dunk. The reason I can do that dunk, I can do that dunk. Let's simulate this. So we'll get the GM's car. We'll pull it out front. We'll get the rim. Ernest, you get
SUV.
Yeah, no, we can't.
I can do the SUV. You get him and you stick your head out the sunroof. Ernest will hold the ball. The guy pushes off the ball, so all I have to do is get to the ball. Show it again. All you have to do is get to the ball, and
He doesn't push off the ball.
he works out all season doing this, right? Let me get my push. So he works his legs out, and then he does this, and he pushes off the ball. He pushed off the ball.
The fact that Noah's trying to make
Look!
a thing for himself.
Push.
He is 6'2". This guy
He's
is
6'2".
an amazing jumper.
I like this other dunk where he double tap the rim.
Yeah, he pushed off on that too.
I've known about McClung now for probably like 6 or 7 years. Since in high school.
Like know him or know of him?
But it
Show.
does
No,
put
I
pressure
don't
on these
know.
guys who
Yeah,
did not
yeah.
make a dunk and has to step up. Now you got to dig deep in the bag. No,
I don't know him, but
Like
more
G
than
leaguers.
pressure.
Yeah, I've been seeing his
that is
videos
real
high school, middle
life
school, where he's dunking,
flying.
doing East Bays and doing all these crazy
Oh.
dunks, end game. Even
So
at the
he's
high
like one of
school
those guys
level.
like the professor and those guys who play street ball.
Jordan Kilgallen.
And one ball. Or
Yeah, who was the other guy? Like,
I know. He skipped
yeah,
to my Lou.
Skip
and
to
all
my
those.
Lou. That's
Yeah.
it. He skipped to my Lou Jr. and he's doing dunks.
See, look, North
Congratulations.
Northern basketball. See,
Yeah.
there you go.
Who is
See,
your
okay.
favorite dunker of all time, Ernest?
This is easy.
Favorite all time Vince Carter. Ain't close.
By far.
Ain't close.
By far.
You guys missed. You guys absolutely just missed.
I will say one though.
Don't say it. Don't take my turn.
Well,
Dominique Wilkins.
I like that. I like that.
It's Dominique Wilkins.
Which, by the way, he got robbed in '88 against Jordan, for the record.
he did because it was Jordan.
Best
Yes.
end-game dunker ever.
In-game.
And
No, I thought we were talking about
both.
Slam dunk contest.
Both.
I'm going to say Mac McClung, Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon.
In-game?
All these guys. In-game, Sean Kemp. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Some of the dunks
Yeah,
that
Sean
Sean
Kemp's
Kemp made
amazing.
in-game were, like, absolutely disgusting to the point where, like, people should have retired after being dunked on like that. And then he'd point at them like that. Like,
Oh, okay. I got
God.
one for you guys. What's your most memorable in-game dunk?
Vince Carter dunking over the 7-footer.
Okay.
Yeah, in the
What do you got? I
Olympics.
got one.
Vince again over Alonzo Mourning against the Heat. Jeez. What was it? That's
That was
75.
What about this?
I
what-
just saw a clip. He was talking about that. Like Vince went up, like he went to go meet him, and then Vince just up. a
what
little
about
more.
this? What about the Starks dunk?
Oh,
In
God.
Game 2.
Yeah.
Starks. Yeah.
You know what's funny about that game, though? That's the last win the Knicks had that
Got to
year.
be a Knicks fan.
Because after that game,
No, that was a huge
Because
dunk.
after-
John
yeah, it was.
Starks.
So Knicks go up 2-0 in that series,
Yeah.
and Knicks all series over. Then Jordan rips off his most peak of his entire career.
Yeah.
That next 2
Yeah, I
weeks.
get it. All right.
Yeah.
He does.
So-
So because of Mac McClung winning 3 years in a row, John Morant came out and said, maybe I'll join next year.
Good.
Giannis is agreed, possibly. Zach LaVine might come back.
Ooh.
I'd love to see LaVine, Gordon, and
Wait,
and
Ja?
McClung.
You want
Yeah, let's bring out the big guns.
You want to make the NBA weekend better?
What's that?
Literally.
These guys need to compete.
They do.
And they need to compete in the All-Star game.
No, they
Draymond
need to
Green
not
said
take
it
3
best.
days off after a game.
Draymond Green said it best. Like, what are these guys doing? The rising stars, and you get to play on NBA like weekend. Like, stop it.
Right.
You didn't earn that.
It's not even about.
And then LeBron James. LeBron is probably
LeBron James.
the reason for all this.
Possible.
He decides 2 hours before the game. He's like, I'm not going to
Could you imagine that?
Jordan would have never done that.
No, hell no.
No, the
I mean,
GOAT.
Excuse me.
There's only one.
Hell no, like that.
I think my problem with the NBA in general, and as a hardcore fan, is that the self-awareness.
You know what?
The self-awareness is just terrible.
I'm done with
these
this
guys.
show. I don't feel like doing it anymore.
You know what, guys?
So Tyler Hero, he was our
This
three
guy.
champ.
It's our guy.
Congrats to Tyler.
Hero.
Is he still dating that Instagram girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have 2
they
kids.
all
They got
are.
2 kids together. They got 2 kids together. Two
What?
kids. 2
Yeah.
kids.
Okay.
Awesome.
Go ahead and
Well, he's
bride
running on and off the
her
court.
up. Bride her up, sir.
Okay, so now the question is, what can they do? We're going to get into a subject next of a sport that actually is killing it when it comes to their All-Star Weekend because everybody's talking about it. But what can the NBA do? What can the NBA
He
do?
just said
No.
it. He just said it. It's very
Oh, I
simple
like
to watch.
that, yeah.
And it goes across the board with what the NBA stands for in general. Like,
Nah.
it's not even about like, okay, you got to play hard every play. If you watch the All-Star games in the 80s and 90s, they did play hard in moments, but they took it somewhat seriously. Like, they'll play defense once in the blue moon. You know, they want to be jacking up 3-point shots in the half court and from 90 feet out. I mean, these guys today just like, okay, whatever, they're just mailing it in. Like, okay, this
Yeah,
is,
I don't know if that helps.
I know what
the
we need.
European guys never play defense, and they all want to shoot.
I know what we need. During the dunk contest,
Okay, here we go.
if you're in a dunk contest, you could pick a protagonist that can try to stop the guy at the rim.
Yeah, now we're talking.
No, right? So you get your guy,
Let's get
you
somebody
get Wemby
hurt.
or somebody, and you got to dunk on the guy, and then it counts. That's
Yeah.
must-see TV. Tell me
like
people
it.
wouldn't watch that.
See, one of the last guys that took it seriously
That would
was
be cool.
Kobe.
Right?
When Kobe played in the All-Star games.
Yes.
He was actually playing defense.
Could you imagine
at
this
least at
today?
first.
Kobe
when
playing.
D-Wade broke his nose.
Dwayne Brooks knows. Thank you. That's like 12 years ago. Like, what are we doing? I mean, it's about self-awareness more
Then
than
Kobe
anything else.
put-
I mean,
Wait, so the
50 on him
hockey,
2 weeks
you
ago.
touched on a hockey, Mike?
Well, that's where we're moving
Okay,
next.
move there because, yeah.
Let's go to hockey. Let's go to a real sport that knows how to do All-Star Weekend.
They
the
do.
NHL, Four Nations. Don't talk when the video's on because we want to like have people actually like listen.
Okay,
to
sorry.
the brutality of
Sorry.
it. But go ahead and play the video, Jake.
Are off. Matthew Tkachuk and Brandon Hagel. Hagel from Tampa Bay, Tkachuk from Florida. Did not see this coming.
Ooh. Got him.
Hagel skated away as he got back up, imploring the crowd to get even more vocally involved if that's possible.
Why?
And this this start, if you can call it that. Have we even started? Reminiscent of the old days.
Forget this. Let's
You know
throw it down
what's
again.
great? What it is about pride.
That is
pride.
a
Wait, they booed the national anthem.
That's why. 2 seconds in the game, this happens.
Yeah, America right now, not fan favorites anywhere.
No.
And so they boo, and then you're like, you know what? Let's just settle this on the ice, like a literal political statement on the ice. Let's start punching each other. I'm there for it. I think maybe
I think we need more of it.
I think you need it in the NFL and
NBA too?
in the NBA.
NBA
They used
guys
to.
don't
I mean, you're fighting in the NBA, but I mean,
they don't.
You don't
fight.
remember Jeff Van Gundy was in there
Oh, yeah.
again with
Yeah,
Alonzo
Gundy holding on to Alonzo's leg. That was awesome.
Yeah, back in the Larry Johnson,
that rivalry
Lonzo
back then was
days,
awesome.
yeah, those were good.
but people complained back then too. Also, that the product wasn't great in the '90s because it was games were ending 73-70.
I don't care.
So,
it
I
was
mean,
so much better.
You know
No,
who's good now?
but there
Zach
could be a
Edey. Zach
balance.
Edey's a
I
fighter.
agree.
I like him too.
Say it again.
Zach Edey. He wants to fight everybody.
That's a-
No,
too.
the guy
Okay.
who played on the Devils for years. He was there.
Hockey, yeah.
Shoot, that's his name.
Where's Sal at?
Eiserman? No,
Scott
no,
Stevens,
no, no.
maybe?
Scott Stevens,
Scott
thank you.
Stevens.
That, he was
There we
born to
go.
fight.
Yes.
His job was to start fights and punch people in the face. Like the shirt over. Have any of you guys ever actually been in a fisticuffs? Okay.
course.
Did you ever do the shirt over the thing with the?
No.
That's
No,
a.
I'm a man. I go.
Oh,
through that.
so okay. These guys, they fight. It's a weird style. You know, they hold with one and they're throwing with the other, right?
They still got
Like
helmets
they're
on
like-
too. That's the
and
problem.
the helmets, yeah. So, but it shows the passion, and you know, in the NFL, you do this to the guy, and it's like the flag comes out, and it's like, yeah. So, yeah, I think people want to see it. It was an exciting game. So, yeah, when you take countries and pride and match it up, and you're playing for something, you're playing for pride. That's why the World Cup's such a big thing. You're playing for national pride. Yeah. So the NBA is a little tougher. You can't split them up into national pride.
You could do
because
like Euro, and then you could do
that's-
American.
you could you could do that, or you could do they did the young versus old.
Right.
You want to talk about the worst idea
They
ever?
kind of tried that. They had a couple of like Europeans together and
Yeah.
Canadians and
There are
in the
whispers.
NBA, but
Right. There are whispers now that they could be going that route in the next couple of years. So
What
I'm
route?
up for that. Doing the world. Having the
U.S.
world versus
versus
US
the world. I mean,
I think you do it by beef. Like you find out players who have beef, and you put them on opposite teams. Just
Okay.
straight
Which is
guys
kind-
who
which is kind-
absolutely don't like each
Which
other.
is kind of sick because right now, if you look at the 4 best players in the NBA right now,
Yeah.
currently, all 4, in my opinion, the
Yeah.
top 4 are all international players. SGA, in no order, Jokic, Doncic, and Giannis. All
Okay, well,
international.
that's all I got.
That's a team
Okay.
right there.
Wait,
and
what-
you add
how-
Wemby to that team.
Wait,
and
how
you got
about
it.
how about this? How about we play for something? Okay, so go back to conferences, have your conferences, and play with them, and then whoever wins gets home field in the finals.
I hate
Home
that.
court
I
in the
hate that.
finals.
I hate that.
Why do you
That
hate
means
it?
I hate
Why do you hate it?
I hate it for baseball because
Why do you hate it?
Because the teams should be able to earn that. Okay, this is
Yeah, earn it
this
during
is-
the All-Star
no,
game.
No. Regular season should count that. I'm sorry. No. I've always hated that.
I love it. It'll make everybody.
No, because if
It'll make those guys that aren't playing and sitting out and not trying.
So if I'm Trey Young and I make the All-Star game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I know the Hawks ain't going to the finals.
Yeah.
Why would I want to help?
Because
a
you have an
team?
obligation for your conference
No,
to carry the
no.
thing. Yeah.
Baseball did that for a couple of years. And I hated it too back
I loved
then.
it. I
You
used
hate
to love that.
competition, don't you?
No, I love competition. I
Yeah,
hate
you
the
want-
idea
yeah,
that
hate competition.
Okay, for example, a 41-win team. Say the Heat and Nuggets 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Too
Too bad your
go to the
conference.
finals.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The Heat should get home field.
Yeah.
They were 8 seed, and
Yeah.
they get home court advantage over the number 1 seed, the
Yeah.
Nuggets.
You want
See,
me?
no,
You
no,
want me to
no,
explain
no.
why?
They won the
Wait,
All-Star
I'll
game,
go
they
further.
do.
I'll go further and explain why. If you're playing in a conference and you win your conference and get the number 1 seed, your conference might be tougher than the other conference. So if your conference is tougher and they're better, it was tougher for you to get there. You should get you should get that. If the other conference, even if they have a worse record and they win it, they're the tougher conference. Play for it.
No, I see the value in that. I just
Okay.
no.
That
Baseball
score would
did
be
that.
like 250 to 220 in
I
the
love
NBA
it.
All-Star
It's like
game.
it's like having an
All
85-win baseball team have home field advantage against a 109-win
All
baseball
3
team. Like,
balls.
come on,
just
no.
launching
So the
3 balls.
USA, we didn't just like beat up Canada. We
Literally.
actually beat them in the game 2-3 to 1.
Yep.
And tomorrow night at 8 p.m., I think this is going to be the most exciting
Can't wait.
hockey game we're going to see in a long time. No offense to the Panther fans that obviously we love the Panther hockey
Game
and
7
winning
That was fun.
last season. But this game tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, USA is actually favored by 1.5 in this game
That's a
against
lot.
Canada. Winner take all. It's going to be fantastic. I might actually watch a hockey game. For
Can we
once
get
in a while.
over under? Did anybody check to see if on the Hard Rock app if we get over under on fights? You probably
Yeah,
could.
see, I don't know if if you can
probably
bet on
can.
that yet, but
Over/under?
I'll place it at 4.5 right now. I'll go over on that.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just going to fight the whole game.
That's right.
That's a
and
just fight.
That's
the
tomorrow
vibe.
night
Yeah.
at 8 p.m. But
Yeah.
what a fantastic way the NHL does their
glazing
All-Star
each-
weekend
glazing each
now.
other.
The Four Nations, hats off to the NHL. They seem to be doing everything right now. So now we're going to move on to another sport that we haven't talked about a lot on the show, and it's baseball, because baseball is back.
Baseball.
All the great players have returned to spring training. And what are we looking forward to this season, Ernest?
Well, not to be a homer here, but of course the Mets and adding Juan Soto. Look, I've been critical that it's a lot of money for that guy. I think it was like 15 years, 750.
$15 zillion.
750. Too
Yeah.
much damn money. Too much damn money. But
Looking forward.
but guess what?
He'll be
But-
paid till he's
but-
90.
But,
like
here's,
the
but,
Barry
here- but here's the
Bonds.
asterisk. It's not my money. I don't care. If Steve Cohen wants to pay that kind of money, go right ahead. Make my team better. So I'm looking forward to see what the Mets do this year. Obviously, the Dodgers are going to be phenomenal again. They might repeat because that team, they actually got better. You can believe that? They were already phenomenal on paper last year, and they got better. So we'll see how they do. The Yankees, I thought, even though losing Soto, they did well on the fringes. Some good value guys. I think they'll be in the mix, obviously. I'll tell you what, the parity in baseball is really great, though. As good as the Dodgers have been for the last couple of years and the Yankees and all that, there's been some really good baseball teams that have cracked the playoffs the last couple of years that could break through. So there's a lot of good stories to watch this year in Major League Baseball. So I'm looking forward to that, definitely.
Yeah, what about you, Jacob?
I'm looking forward to October.
I like it.
Jake is a postseason guy.
He's a Marlins guy.
Let's just get
He's a
to
Marlins
it.
fan, too, also. Something to look forward to.
But
yeah.
you'll have the Mets,
I won't lie.
World Series champs in August.
God, I
and then
hope
they'll
so.
fall off
Yeah.
like every year.
Everybody,
so.
like, I'll be honest with you, Ernest. Everybody roots against the Mets because of you, and
Yeah.
I just got to be 100%.
Well, there's
Are you
couple-
serious?
There's a couple here that.
Is that a thing, for
yeah.
real?
A lot of
I'm not
people
that
do.
bad with the Mets, am I?
Yeah, probably. So baseball is a long season. So betting helps with that. Like like go on a Hard Rock app and be like, okay, I got to find a way to make this game like literally the game. They shorten the games, I get it, but 162 games.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the odds right now for the MLB season. We're going to have those that graphic up. Right now,
That's where we
Los
lean.
Angeles plus
That's
260.
wild.
Bunch of old
That
guys
is
gotta lean in.
wild.
What is wild, Noah? What is wild? The Dodgers being so high?
That they're that high is wild
Well, you
for
know why, though,
anybody.
right?
Yeah.
They have arguably like probably three best players in baseball
Ernest,
on the same team.
I understand.
Yeah.
But
I hate the Yankees.
Yeah.
I'm always rooted
Me too.
against the
there it
Yankees.
is. I have it.
But at plus 800.
Thank you, Mike.
I'm putting $100 on.
Thanks,
them.
Mike.
Easily, you have to because
Easy.
they're the favorites.
All right, talk value, Ernest. Talk for
Now,
wait.
and
talk-
Noah, you and I are on the
Mets
same page.
got
Listen,
good
I
value.
like value now. So obviously, Yankees Dodgers rematch.
Betting
Very
is
possible
all about
happen.
value.
But value-wise, I'm looking here.
What do you got?
I'm looking at two teams here. The Phillies plus 1,200.
Yeah.
Who should have probably got there last year.
Yeah.
At the very least, NLCS lost our team. And then looking at also the Astros again making a return at plus 1,750.
Right. So
value.
when you start looking at lines and lines that get extreme, and I think that Los Angeles Dodgers line is extreme at that number. You have to beat all the other teams. You cannot forget the fact there's some things that come into play. Injuries come into play, and some other things come into play, and then allegations.
But they
There
survived
you
both,
go.
Jacob, last year. They had both. They survived it.
Yeah, but you have one team. If one team has allegations, they're out, and then you'd have 31 other teams or however many 500 teams in baseball chasing them down. You couldn't get me. First off, I don't bet enough to make enough to make any money on the Dodgers. If I put my $20 bet on there, I'm making peanuts. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm with Mike. I do like the Yankees at that number.
I don't think anybody should be favored after winning a championship because the next year you got every single team just headhunting you.
True, but what if you got better? What if your roster got even better after winning the title, which happened to the Dodgers on paper anyway?
Who'd they get?
Blake Snell.
They got Blake Snell, and they got somebody else.
And they kept their entire core.
Is there any-
guys.
is anybody-
And they're the one team. The reason why this makes sense, though, why is there a big gap between the Yankees and Dodgers, is because they can lose a player, and they did in the playoffs last year, and they still dominated and won. They can lose Ohtani or Freeman or Betts.
Has anybody done any research? I'm going to do some research.
Go ahead.
Because I'm the research guy usually, and I haven't done it. Okay, so you get somebody with that extreme line. What is the track record of the favorites, large favorites, long-term winning the World Series? That's a great question. So I'm going to dig in. I'll have that for the viewers next week.
Yeah.
Because baseball is a funny thing. You got to hit the ball. and it's got to be where nobody catches it. Like all this variance, when you talk about games and variables, like all those things come into play. Like you need them to line up in order to win a championship, and then it got to line up. So at plus 260, you need things to happen in order to win that thing. But you need your two pitchers not to go down with Tommy John surgery.
But this is an anomaly too. We've never seen on paper a team on paper as dominant as the Dodgers were last year, and then they even added more. Yeah. They kept their core.
The 1920 Yankees were pretty good.
I mean, 1920.
I do remember that. I'm getting older.
So again, this is what you're seeing here is an anomaly also too, Noah. So you're not going to see much, if any, comparison to this, honestly.
Right. Yeah. Here's an off-the-wall question I think of sometimes. When you think about sports in general, and you think about how NBA guys that are like LeBron guys always say, like Jordan played against a bunch against like plumbers and all that other stuff. Was there one position in sports that you could take a guy from 50 years ago and put him up against today's competition? The only position I see in sports that could come anywhere close to that would be a pitcher. To me,
I can see,
you see like a Satchel Paige pitching against a Mike Trout. I still think Satchel Paige is a hell of a pitcher. I don't think so much has changed in sports from them when it comes to athletes, and everybody's a lot more athletic now. Everybody's faster now. Everybody's stronger now.
Sports science,
I think the only thing that from then to now that you could compete with today's athletes is probably pitching. I don't know.
Baseball's only sport.
I don't know about that because what were they pitching back then? Like 89 was like a fastball.
Yeah, they would have to obviously use mechanics and
It's like field goals. Remember back in the day, field goal. If you kicked a 40-yard field goal, my gosh, what is this coach doing going for a 40-yard field goal? Now we're going for 60-yard field goals.
This is a no-brainer.
I think kidding.
It's boxing, like where you just go in there and kick somebody's ass. Like you get
golf.
like who's the best boxer ever from back in the day?
Ali.
Would Ali be far enough back, or you go even further back to where a guy was that dominant?
Would destroy all
Ali
these guys.
versus Jake Paul. Like I'm buying that pay-per-view right now. Honestly, I mean,
you would.
But no, it's an interesting thing I think about sometimes.
A goal,
a
hockey, a forward in hockey could
see a hockey maybe, but things
Jake's shaking us off on everything.
Different.
Jake, weigh in. What do you think? You shook us all off.
I think golf.
Golf.
Yeah.
Golf,
he goes
to
with the so we're talking about sports that are like not really sports, like
but
that
these guys are
that
hitting
don't
farther
require
now, though.
Like even I mean, the balls are better and the clubs.
So
are
Ben
better,
Hogan crushes everybody now.
Yeah, but you got like a DeChambeau that's out there like driving the ball 400 yards.
Cool story. Like this guy still don't win.
Not going 50 years back, but I do think Nolan Ryan would be
Whatever
today.
happened to live golf? Like those guys don't do that anymore.
They're still doing it,
yeah.
Good.
Nobody ever talks about that. Because these guys are out in their shorts just playing a practice round.
I was just saying to Mike, I think Nolan Ryan would still be, not quite 50 years ago, but Nolan Ryan would still dominate today's
sport. For sure.
Babe Ruth, how would he do?
No, he
wouldn't be a pitcher.
No.
He'd be in the minors.
Single A.
Right now. Yeah, he'd be in a college
team. You guys are terrible at this.
Single A.
So that was our chat about baseball. Now we're going to move on to our sports betting picks of the week. If you guys want to do some
I got
some
USA
early
versus
picks.
Okay, so
go ahead, Noah.
So I cook something up. This is me. So I'm a mad scientist with this stuff. And where you get into your picks, I'm a huge fan of the futures to give myself long-term value, and I don't know if anybody else on this panel is one for one picking the most recent championship. So we started a show, and we started with football.
I was close.
I know. I'm the only one who put a bet in on the Super Bowl champions. I cashed that ticket, so I'm the authority on this, okay? So as the authority, here's my cook. This is my recommendation cook up for everybody. Go ahead and throw it up there if we can. All right. I cooked this up. Ooh. Check this out for a second. Hold on a second. The Knicks.
Okay.
The Knicks, the Panthers, the Yankees, and the Eagles. Would we all agree that they have a shot to win it?
Yes. Yeah.
Would everybody agree?
Yes, absolutely have a shot.
Look at the amount wagered and what we can win.
I might do that.
Wow.
I might copy you.
We could be 10,000-aires if everybody. So, like,
the rich get richer.
So think about that for a second. $5, and if you could hit them, Knicks,
that's
reasonable.
Amazing. You are a Tatum injury.
The Panthers, don't try to slay it. Knicks, reasonable.
He's trying to help you.
Panthers, reasonable.
And they're done.
Yankees, reasonable. Eagles, reasonable. But this is what you need to do. You need to get on your Hard Rock app, and that guy Mattress Mac or whatever, he does this stuff where he does these crazy parlays. Not only will I win $40,950, I'm internet famous now, and now I have 6 million
Aren't you
followers.
that now?
Yeah, but
Okay.
this gets me from 28 followers up to 6 million 28 followers, all in one bet.
And that's a great bet because I think like the Eagles will likely get to the
Okay.
Super Bowl. I like this. And look, the Knicks, for example, being the biggest long shot.
Yeah.
They are a Tatum injury.
No, they're like the fifth. They're the fifth. The
If
fifth
the
number. fifth
Celtics
favorite.
get one injury, that opens the door for everything. For the
Wait,
Knicks.
can anybody
So-
imagine? Wait, when I punched this in, right, and I said, let me put $5, and it showed me $40,950.
That's pretty money.
This is what.
That's good
This is
value
what the
there.
Hard Rock Bet partner with PBKC app is all about.
Yeah.
You put something in there that's absolutely crazy for $5. You spend $5. You can't even get Starbies for $5 anymore. Like
No.
you can't get anything for $5. You could get $40,950 for $5. Does everybody understand that? Get the Hard Rock app, download it, go to our website, do the whole thing. Mike's gonna explain how to do that, and win yourself $40,950. If we could all cash this together. And we'll go to the Eagles Super Bowl.
My problem.
We're gonna break the Hard Rock.
The problem is this will require me. This will require me to root for two of the worst teams I can't stand in sports. The Yankees and Eagles.
So plug in one of your other ones, and it comes out.
It's not
it
a
comes
bad
out
bet.
relative. It'll come out relatively.
Yeah.
If you could pick the 4 champions, and people do this all the time. I'm 1 for 1. Look at me.
Yeah.
I would only need 3 more if I did this.
I see these all the time where, like before, say, okay, the last thing that's going to come up here is the Eagles Super Bowl. So I've seen it a lot of times this season where on different betting things, somebody has all the different winners except the NFL.
Hedge?
And
You're
then
talking hedge?
And they'll doing a cash out and that kind
You
of
gotta
stuff.
make your
So
promise.
yeah.
Oh, we
Yeah,
got more
here's
Eagles
an
fans.
Eagles
Oh
fan.
no! Come on! Are we doing this again?
Go Birds. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
We have a thing. We said for the whole year, if we see him and he comes right down, go Birds, world champs. World champs.
World champs.
He's one of the
Champs
nice
here.
He's one of the good,
fans.
probably
We
the
like
best
him.
Philly fan I know.
We'll be there for the next couple of years.
Yeah, we're there.
I will say this though: the first 3 that hits, Knicks, Panthers, and Yankees. If by November all those 3 things do hit, for example, and I bet this, I will be the biggest Eagle fan on the planet.
Wow.
You got that?
Okay. Okay.
You got that?
Well, for $40,000,
You
I'll
damn
be a
right.
fan of
Wallet
damn near
over
anything.
my loyalty.
Yep. Yep. So any other sports betting picks we have this week?
I had a one. I didn't
Thanks,
want none on
Luca.
the screen. But I was looking last night at the talk about baseball. MVP odds. You have the obviously Shohei and Mookie Betts.
That's
and
a
all those
weird
big
one
guys.
for me.
I have. I saw a number for Bryce Harper. He's like 6, I think, in the rankings for MVP. And I think it was a plus 1750 for MVP. $100 makes $1,600. Why not?
Can somebody explain that to me real quick?
What?
Like, is it just like batting or like you actually fielding?
It's
Like,
a little bit of both. A
everything.
little bit of both, but mostly batting. I will say.
Yeah, it's mostly batting.
Mostly batting.
yeah, because
Like Aaron Judge, for example, be one. Aaron Judge was definitely in the conversation too last year as well. No, he didn't win it last year, American League MVP.
No.
Who won the American League last year?
Who's the American League MVP?
And that's the thing also too. Also, the MVP is weird because it's by league. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not just one. So technically, you have decent odds to hit one of these.
I'm going with the craziest flyer ever. I'm going with Jason Dominguez for the Yankees.
You have
You
his
still
cards?
got all those
You have
cards?
his cards?
I have them all.
He's still.
He's going to
all
start.
in.
He's going to start for the Yankees, and it's going to be a big deal. So the card show comes up April what, Mike?
April 27th.
April 27th. You could still get in on all these baseball plays and pick your players. I love long-term plays. That's
I
why
do too.
I love futures, and I love investing in sports cards. Love it. Love it.
Yep. Jacob, you have any bets? Any bets you want to talk about?
Oh, I'm going to bet the USA hockey team.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to
Yeah.
upset you
It's
with
gonna be a
this
good bet.
this bet I have right now. I have a bet for tonight. Charlotte at L.A. That's the only game playing tonight. The first game back from the exciting All-Star weekend that the
Jacob
NBA
enjoyed.
had. Charlotte's at L.A.
Is everybody rested and ready to play? Or
I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I really enjoyed about All-Star Weekend was Kevin Hart sending Chuck, Ernie, and Shaq and Kenny fishing.
That's funny.
That was funny. to me.
Best show
I
on
like
TV.
that.
Shout
for
out
the
to
record.
Kevin Hart, who's a poker player, comes here sometimes.
Yeah, that's
Man,
our
he
guy.
is
He's
KC.
Shout out to that guy.
He is.
Really?
I
is.
forget how tiny he is.
That's awesome.
You know, because I met him.
Huge Eagles fan. Go
But
Birds.
I'm going Lakers tonight over 118.5. I'm going to go to
Is LeBron playing?
I don't,
He might.
He
He
might.
might.
He's gonna
I'm
take
going
the
the
night off
total
again.
score with Charlotte and LA over 227.5, and I'm going to go Luka under 26.5. And if you bet $25 on that, it's plus 500. You're going to win 150.
You ever see LeBron's feet? You ever see that?
I don't.
Playing
saw one
basketball.
NBA players have to have
I didn't realize it gets as bad. His pinky toe's on the opposite side of his
have
big toe.
terrible
It's
feet.
like all the way across. It's the craziest thing ever.
Being the second best player of all time has a.
basketball shoes.
I was wondering why they take days off. It's because their pinky toe is on the wrong side. It's like it's crazy.
My other bet. This is right up the like.
So, was that LeBron OnlyFans?
Damn,
Okay,
pinky
so
toes on the wrong side.
We got the producer shaking his head. I don't know if he thinks we're entertaining or is like,
show's
stop it.
Off the rails, my friend.
Way downhill. So tomorrow night, Canada and USA playing Four Nations.
Don't
hockey.
miss that.
I'm
Don't miss
taking
that.
Canada to win. I'm taking under 5.5 total score, and I'm going to take an even score at the end of the game.
Is
That's-
this allowed?
Yeah.
Like, I thought we were all on the USA train here.
Well, no,
You're
I'm
just
going to
take
go against
Canada?
it. Somebody has to be.
No,
I
he's
hope you lose.
he's a straight antagonist.
I'm an
As
antagonist.
his life,
That's how I do.
he's an antagonist.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
And so I'm taking Canada under 5.5 total score and an even score. That's plus
like-
1,100. $25 to win $300.
He's literally the Maurice Hawkins of this show.
I am.
Like,
Oh
no
my
doubt.
God.
I'm the champion of the show. You're
Yeah.
right.
It's a better beer.
Yeah,
that's
the
all.
polarizing.
Okay, guys. Now let's talk about all the great things going on here at PBKC.
Big weekends.
We still have February poker going on. And that's going to go on for another couple days. Field of Love with February high hands. $10,000 cash drawing is going to happen on March the 1st. So get those high hands now.
That's a lot of fun.
We got a lot of high hands. Jacob loves those days when we get to see some of our regular players win a piece of that $10,000, and we can't wait for
I
March
love your
1st.
countdowns, aggressive.
It's going to be awesome. So get in here, play some poker, win some high hands. Of course, the Moneymaker Tour is in town now through the 25th. We were talking earlier. If you missed earlier on the show, the big thing to talk about today is at noon, the $1,000 done in a day, no limit hold'em one-day event with
That's
a
what I like.
$50,000 guarantee.
Get in, get out, get rich.
Oh, that's
yeah, man.
That's going to be awesome. And the way things have been going so far in the
Jeez.
Moneymaker Tour, I think that is going to be an awesome turnout today. And that's at noon with an $1,100 buy-in. So much more going on with the Moneymaker Tour. You can go to our website, pbkennelclub.com/poker to find out more information. And we got some great dinner shows. We just had Chris McDonald, who rocked the house for Valentine's
the
Day
ladies
last week.
love that,
He was
Elvis.
amazing. Then we got
Like-
Splish Splash, who's coming up,
Bobby
too.
Darin.
That is a Bobby Darin
Wanna go to
tribute.
this.
Ron Gartner is a Vegas showman. He puts on a fantastic show. The
I
music
might
of
know
Bobby
somebody to
Darin.
get you tickets, Ernest.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
double
let
the
me
price.
And if you don't, where can you get them, Mike? If you don't know somebody, where can you get them?
You can go to our website, pbkennelclub.com, or you can go to the Eventbrite. We have a bunch of different shows coming up. We have a Led Zeppelin show with the Pure Zeppelin experience. We have so much. We have a Tina Turner show coming up. We have one of my
What's
favorites,
love
March
got
20th,
to do
is the Putty from Seinfeld. He's coming up.
I was
guy.
asking that.
Corbett.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
logo. That's
Yeah, I love that guy. He's just going to be so fun. A lot of people now are just finding out about the show, and tickets are really starting to sell.
We have so many
fast.
shows.
Are you
It's hard to keep up.
Are you a
Huh?
Seinfeld guy, Noah? Seinfeld guy?
I splash around in it. I can.
I think one day I'll get
I
into
can.
it.
That's
I
my favorite
splash
show
around.
ever.
I never
love
got into it.
Seinfeld.
I try to watch it. There's no storyline. That's the problem. So I have to embrace it differently now than when I first did it.
Yeah, the RGM is like he's the diehard. He knows
he
it
really?
all. Yeah.
Oh, I love
Huge.
Seinfeld. Yeah.
But I will watch it at some point.
Favorite show ever.
And,
love it.
I
So,
love Larry David.
okay, now let's talk about our final thoughts. We've covered a lot of different topics this week. Of course, what are your final thoughts? What are you looking forward to this week, Ernest?
This week, NBA's back. Obviously, I want to see if the Heat can turn things around. I mean, integrate Andrew Wiggins and that new lineup now of the young players. I do like is this. That are off stretch though because they can't close out games, and I want to see them close out
He
games.
scored
This-
9 points in the
9
fourth
points
quarter.
fourth quarter,
Like,
right?
What are we doing?
They should have beaten OKC. They should have beaten Dallas last week on back-to-backs, and they had those games in control until the fourth quarter. They got to close out those games.
And
So
Spo, we trust though.
correct,
Let's go.
absolute best coach in basketball still. I don't care what anybody says, yeah, see the Heat turn things around, and NBA's back now. Now with all these trades that's happened, with Luka going to LA, he's playing decent there too. Also, De'Aaron Fox in San Antonio. Now this is where
was a
my
big one.
NBA. Now I'm like locked in now. Football's in the rearview mirror now, so I can watch the NBA and focus on that now.
Okay, what about you, Jacob?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready for the NBA season to kind of ramp up a little bit more. I'm excited about the NFL Combine and stuff like that coming up. The draft. Again, I think Cam Ward is by far the best pick.
I got
in
an
the draft,
idea.
So
Not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
He's got an idea.
Let's do a combine.
Here?
Somebody write that down.
Nah,
We're doing a combine. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
You know, Barstool does something like that. It's
no,
it's
we're
actually
having
kinda
this show
cool,
is a
yeah.
combine. We're going to run the 40. We're going to do it. Go ahead.
Everybody.
We're doing it.
I'll do
Write
it.
it down.
I'll
We're
do it.
doing
I'll
it.
do it.
Okay.
I'll do
The
it.
only
It's done.
thing you're going to beat me at.
And we're
Jake,
bringing
Jake,
Sal.
Jake, you
And
wanna do it?
Sal's coming too. Okay.
Jake,
go
you-
ahead.
Jake, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all going down.
Bring
That's
Bunner.
awesome.
Bring
I'll
Bunner
have an
also. Bring Bunner
ambulance
too.
Bunch of old
We're
guys
going to
gonna
run
be
the combine
falling.
week. Write it down.
I'm good with that.
Write it down.
I'm
the
good with that.
paramedics ready. We're all
Yeah.
going
I'm
to
good
have
with that.
heart attacks. That's going to be wonderful.
Whoa.
So I'm looking forward to the USA Canada Four Nations tomorrow night. That's going to be one of the most fun hockey games we're going to see in a long time. 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
Can I get a turn?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, so all right. So we're already champs. You skip me
Oh,
because
not
normally
again.
you're good.
No,
so we're
I-
NFL champs.
normally it's 1,
Okay,
2, 3,
I'm
1, 2,
I'm
back to
honestly
1.
gonna okay. So I'm gonna keep reading Twitter and all the highlights from the Eagles Super Bowl. I'm gonna do that. But as I transition, I'm gonna try to fall in love with the game of basketball again.
Good.
I fell away from it. Okay.
Now that the
I'm-
Knicks are somewhat good.
They're really good. No,
I suffered through
back.
the whole thing. Now here's what it is. I have to find a way to work around the game that I knew to watching five guys stand in the corner launching three balls. I'm going to have to find a way. And I
different.
don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but as we sit here now, I'm going to give it my best effort to try to fall back in love with the NBA. I know a lot of people feel the same way I do, that they lost interest in it because of the way it's being played. I'm going to do my best, and then I believe it'll help in my professionalism on this show to be able to contribute some more.
Nice.
So that's my goal.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the day when Noah and I used to
We did?
go play basketball at places, he was the worst
Wait.
person to play
You play
basketball.
with
Oh, tell
He's
us.
terrible.
There's two different things.
Yeah.
The one is we'd go to like the Jewish Community Center and play basketball,
I
and
used to
we'd
go
see
to it too
these
also.
kids that were like, college basketball players, and be like, "Hey, you guys want to play?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to play with these guys. These guys are like jumping
And-
over us, like Vince Carter."
And what did I
Noah,
say?
all Noah's credit.
Yeah.
He is by far one of the toughest defenders.
Correct. I was just going to say that.
But-
He is annoying on
Yeah.
defense. Annoying.
On
Thank
Tuesdays,
you.
Guy is a
on
hustler.
Tuesdays we used
Yeah.
to play
Thanks,
basketball when there wasn't racing way back in the day. I'm going to finish this story real quick. And all the rest of the people were like, "Don't bring this guy anymore." The guy from the poker room.
He's a menace,
Don't let
bro.
him come
He's a
anymore. You know
menace.
why? Because he played basketball like he was playing football, and then when he pushed somebody down that was shooting, he'd say, "Haven't you ever seen the Knicks play?"
Right.
I was a
So-
victim of that.
I'm a high motor.
I was a victim of that a couple times
Yeah,
in 2006
that's
with him.
exactly-
So, yes.
I'm the high energy. When you
Yes.
talk about me, my scouting line number one is high motor. High motor guy.
High
That's
motor
me.
running into
By
everybody.
the way,
Yeah.
Jacob, I don't know if he has it still now, but back in the day, dangerous three-point shot. I just call him Dan Marley.
Him?
I just call him Dan Marley back in the day. Remember
Him?
Dan Marley? Remember?
Thunder.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay,
So-
that's PBKC picks, guys. We're going to catch you next week. Have a great week, everybody.
I can't wait for the combine.
I'm in.